Good evening, J Football families. Hope this video finds everyone well after a extended break and a 4th of July holiday, and hope everybody stayed safe and got their celebrations with family and everything else done, and helped to celebrate this great nation's 250th birthday. So it's an exciting time in our country, but also an exciting time in J Football as we move into July here and as we prepare for our season. It's crazy to think, we were just talking about this. I was just talking about this with someone the other day, that we basically have 4 weeks of our summer left, another dead period, and then we are starting practice August 10th, mandatory practices as we begin the football season of 2026. So we're about 5 weeks away from everything being for real and getting some of these seniors into their senior football season, and it's an exciting time. So a lot to do here in the month of July, a lot of opportunities for our kids and our program to get better, and just excited about the steps that we've taken in June, that we've taken in May and April and March, and all the way back to January, when we really kind of started our off-season program, to now, and the month that we have left here to prepare as we continue the process of building our 2026 football team and program. So excited to get July underway here. So I'm going to keep this pretty brief tonight. I'm going to cover this week's schedule and some things that are up and coming for the future, and really just some housekeeping, some things we need to make sure that we are taking care of as we move into July here from a administrative standpoint, you might say, just to make sure that everything's ready to go for that August 10 date that we talked about just a second ago. Okay, so right now what I want to do is I just want to cover the weekly schedule with you. So I'm going to switch my screen here. This will be the website that I'll send out. This is this week's kind of website. We started doing this, I think, 3 or 4 weeks ago. Hopefully this has helped you to understand and to kind of see what's going on in the program at a week at a time basis, instead of just the entire website and you having to find everything that's going on. Okay, so July 6th through 10, right here. Monday we start 8 a.m. Back 8 a.m. Monday morning with speed and agility, 9th through 12th grade, all there at the same time. Excited to get everyone back at the facility and get things going there in Atkins Stadium. We'll meet down at the locker room and go from there. Okay, then Tuesday we start our lifting and practice schedule. Everything moves to the morning here in July, so it does change to a 7 a.m. start on the days that we have lifting and practice. There'll be a group that starts in the weight room. That'll be our underclass freshman group. I will send those out to the kids as far as where they're starting, but mainly freshmen will be starting in the weight room at 7 a.m., while we have 10th through 12th grade on the field starting practice. But there may be, we can't fit all of our 10th through 12th graders in our current weight room configuration. We really need to cap it right at 48, so there'll really be 2 groups. We call that our tradition group and our pride group, so we will mix some sophomores in with that 7 a.m. also. So there will be a group starting in the weight room at 7 a.m., there will be a group starting on the field at 7 a.m., and then those 2 groups will flip during that practice time. So for instance, our varsity, our older kids, will practice from 7 to 9, and then they will head up to the weight room to start lifting up there about 9:15 and still be done at 10 from up at the weight room. And then the younger kids will start in the weight room at 7, then they'll be coming down to the field to have practice to end down at the Weber and in Atkins Stadium. Okay, so it is a 3-hour stretch, but we do not come back at night in July. Okay, the only thing we do have at night this week is Tuesday evening, 7 o'clock, we have our mom's practice and dad's clinic. We do some clinic stuff in the film room with the dads, and that's always a good time. I know the moms are looking forward to this and really thought it was really good last year. We're going to keep a similar format to that. We try to keep it later in the evening so it's not as hot for our moms out on the field. And then, so that'll be a great night for us, just from 7 to 8, but it's a great night to come out, get to know our staff, get to know, our kids. Obviously, your kids will be there to help you lead through their position drills and things that they do on a daily basis in our program to help us improve in our fundamentals of football. So moms will learn that on the field, and then dads will get some X's and O's and some film study type things in a clinic setting in the film room. Okay. So then Wednesday, Thursday, same thing in the mornings, 7 to 10 a.m. So again, not coming back in the evenings for anything as we get into July here. Everything happens in the mornings with our practices and our lifting and our speed and agility on Monday. So Mondays, this will be consistent for the next 3 weeks here. Mondays at 8 a.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because we add football practice into that, we have to go at 7 a.m. Okay, so I understand that's a commitment to be there at 7 a.m. and to get it going, but really is it? I mean, that's what we have done for several years here at 7 a.m. For 0 hour. So definitely shouldn't be an issue to get people there at 7 a.m. here during the summer. But if you have ride issues, communicate in your different band groups, especially the young players. There's always people available to help out and give rides and make sure that we have those things taken care of. So that's this week at a glance. So let's kind of scroll down through some of the important links for this week. Again, I'm going to change this video out. The video you're watching will end up being posted right here. Okay, but important links for this week: our Complete J football calendar. This is on our website. One of the things that I worked on over the dead week was trying to get the initial starting point of August in here and our August schedule as we come back. Our first mandatory practice is August 10th. So again, we put these dead periods into the summer, all vacations, all that stuff should be out of the way. It is very important to understand that when we say mandatory on August 10th, everyone has to be there, okay? It is a mission requirement that everybody have 14 practices prior to competing in the first game, okay? So if you really count this out, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including our red and black scrimmage here on the 15th. Everyone will be involved in that. It's our red and black scrimmage and tailgate kickoff. We also have pictures that morning for all 9 through 12 football players, okay? So we count that as our sixth practice right there. Then we've got 7, 8, 9, 10 the next week. That leads into the Jamboree on the 21st, okay? Then you got 11, 12, 13, 14 if you count the next week before we travel to Poplar Bluff on the 28th of August. So I will continue to update this calendar, kind of get everything in there, but I wanted to make sure I had that first week in there and everybody understood that it is mandatory starting on August 10th, okay? This second week really kind of, we start moving it up a little bit, and then we get ready to, get into we have meetings, starting school, and really it just is weather dependent on the time that we practice that second week, really, because if it's really hot, then we got to keep that 6 o'clock at night window. If it starts cooling off or we get a break in some temperatures, then we can start moving up closer to our normal practice time of 3 to 6. So it'll just be weather dependent on where we're at in that next week there, okay? But I'll put it on the calendar of what I'm anticipating, and then we may have to adjust from there, okay? All right, so that's the whole football calendar. Again, continue to look at that, stay on top of things. That is also syncs over into band as the band calendar. Sponsorship packages, really want to challenge you. If you have businesses that you know that are a part of our program, get this information out there to them. I'm going to really challenge our seniors for each one of our senior families to bring in at least one sponsorship. Same thing with our juniors, same thing with all the way down. If each family brought in one sponsorship, man, that would be huge. We have not asked a lot out of our kids fundraising wise. We really haven't. We don't sell cards anymore. We don't do a lot where the kids go out and do the fundraising part. So this is going to replace some of that. So we're going to ask the kids to get out and get into businesses and ask them for their support in our community. So we'll have a date coming up here where we want to take the kids out and do that. Could be the end of this week. Just really need to get some organizational stuff done with that before we do it. But really going to ask the kids to get involved and ask you guys to get involved. This is a simple way for you to get involved in our program. Stop in a business that you frequent often, and hey, would you be willing to sponsorship our program? There's a letter right here that you can print. It gives all the information on it that they need, or just send them to this website. Pretty easy, www.jfootball.org/sponsorship. And, they've got all the information right there they need. They can fill it out digitally online, or they can respond to you and get this paper. But we'd really like to get it all in the spreadsheet and get it going from there. This involves our program sponsorship, really am planning on doing a poster for our program, like used to be done in this program all the time. There are posters all through the community with our schedule on it, but then had sponsors on it that sponsored our program. And really just want to make that a part of the community again. We have a nice senior picture on it, or maybe some action shots from last year. But really want to get that up and running again. But again, if you're out, hey, you get your hair done here, ask them for a sponsorship. I bank here, those types of things. I've done the same thing with some of the businesses that I frequent in town, and just take them that information and see what they'll do for us at that point. Okay, so let's go back to our weeks July 6 through 10 here. Junior J football, we are ramping up here in July. We've got some open field opportunities coming up this week and we put that on social media today. I'm not going to go through all the details, but also if you know anybody else that still wants to get registered, those registrations are still open. We'd love to have them. Really still looking to fill our 3rd and 4th grade teams and get kids out at that level. Even if they're a 2nd grader and they want to play up in 3rd grade, we'll do that at this point also. Okay, Arbiter Sports registration, this is a big one. Get in here, get registered, get your registration done. Pretty easy to fill out, especially if you have an account from last year. That makes it really simple. If your physical's already in there from last year, that makes it really simple. If you're uploading a new physical, it's really simple to just go in, take a picture of it, get it done. But I would encourage you to do that tonight. Let's get this done here in July. Let's have everyone registered, everyone done. This is the way that we put kids on the eligibility roster. We know in our athletics office that if they've registered in here, that they're ready to be on the eligibility roster. We can check eligibility, all those things. Okay, so really important that we get this done here in a timely fashion. Let's get on it, get it done this week. Again, it's a few clicks of a button. All of you guys were, for the most part, were in Arbiter last year and registered. So as long as you have that account information, or put your email in, hit forgot password, redo it, set it up. Don't create a new account. Try to use your login information from last year, because then all your information is there. Some of you have done that already. I really appreciate that, but really want to make a push here in the next couple of weeks of July to get everyone done, get that in. And if you need an updated physical, you had that opportunity in June, but hopefully you're on top of that and you get those physicals taken care of. And this is the system you put those physicals in. Do not bring me a physical. Do not bring it to our trainers. Upload it in this system, and then we'll be ready to go. Okay, Weber Foundation wall, again, you can click on that. This is the wall out front of the Weber building. If, I've had a few of you talk about wanting to reserve spots on this wall, this is your opportunity to do that. Very simply, choose one of the yellow numbers that's available. Go into the form, fill it out, and choose that number, and you have an opportunity to go ahead and pay for that right there at the end. Again, that goes to our J Football Foundation, who supports the growth in our facilities and really helps us continue to renovate locker rooms, film rooms. All the work that's been done around there in the last 2 or 3 years has really been our J Football Foundation, and appreciate everything that they do. But that's an opportunity to do that. Okay. So again, excited about going into July here. I don't have much else for you this week. I'm sure we'll have more as the weeks go on. But excited to get July up and running here, get off of dead week, and now let's get going. We got 3 weeks here to get better in July, and then we've got a competition there at the end of those 3 weeks, and then we've got our camp week and testing week that kind of wraps up our July and our watermelon feed, all that stuff. But really got 3 weeks here of practices and getting better in the month of July. So with that, I'm going to sign off, and we'll be happy to see all the kids back here tomorrow morning, and excited to get them welcomed in and get them back into the flow of working on football. So with a lot of J Pride, we'll see you soon, and have a great week. We'll see a lot of you Tuesday night for mom's practice and dad's clinic. Talk to you soon.